Hello, Kim Voigt
Hello.
from embody-light.com because she embodies the light of spirit. And my little boy, big boy, Erik Medhus. I love you, sweetie.
He says, I love you too, Mom.
We've been working hard together, but
Mm-hmm.
I have to have a break. Once I found out that I can't do this stuff without any makeup on, but especially with no hair products. Do you know what this looks like with no hair products on? It's bad, man. It's Donald King kind of stuff. That's the stuff of horror movies. So no. Mm-mm. So we got to rethink that. So
It is.
anyway, I went through. It's like, okay, is there anything critically missing or wrong in this setup before we go on that will, make the accuracy of using the dowsing rods? And said yes. Well, and then went through. And it's like, is it anything with me? Yes. Well, first of all, it was a special stone I was carrying in my pocket, a little yellow stone that was for abundance, but I guess I can't get that either. So anyway, it came down to makeup and hair products. And of course, I don't wear earrings or any metal around doing that. And then my feet were too dirty. Excuse me. Anyway, so took care of that. So let's go on to part 2 of missing children. Not a lot of mediums will tackle this subject because it's very sensitive and heart wrenching. But Kim, you were brave enough to do this, and I'm really grateful for that. So, uh, shall we begin, Erik?
We shall. Eric's ready.
All right, we're going to start with a very famous one, and everyone knows about this one, Baby Lisa. All right, Lisa Irwin was not even a year old when she disappeared. Her mom, Deborah Bradley, tucked her into bed one night in 2011. And Kim Voigt was never given any of these names beforehand. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
the mother then went to have a few drinks. When Lisa's father, Jeremy, got home from work at 3 a.m., he noticed his daughter was not in her crib. So did she go out and leave her alone? It was believed that Deborah had too much to drink, that she blacked out. Also missing were a few working cell phones. It was only to be expected that Deborah had to face the suspicions as she was the only one present. Maria's here. The only one present uh, at the time of the disappearance. However, she has always maintained her innocence, and she and Jeremy are still hoping Lisa will come back to them alive 7 years after she strangely vanished. Of course, I don't know at what year this was printed. So Erik, what do you think?
Well, first I'm having him go over the situation with me. Let's see what we can get. The mom did not go out.
Oh, she was at her home drinking.
Yes. And was she intoxicated? Yes.
God, what?
So she was intoxicated, sleeping, like passed out from the alcohol. And someone came in and took the baby. Erik says they were being watched. Someone was watching her with that baby.
Oh,
Someone
was
had been
the
kind
door
of
open?
looking for her.
Was a window or
Uh,
door unlocked, or was it not secured?
he's showing me like it was like shut but not caught. Like somebody just kind of shoved it and it didn't catch all the way. So it never locked.
Are you
Like
talking about a window or a door?
a door. So like the doorknob was, or, the thing that goes into the
Oh
little thing.
yeah.
It was just kind of hanging in there, and someone was easily able to push it in.
Was
Um,
that fixed that way by the people who were watching it so that that happened?
I'm not getting that. I think it was just that the mom was careless
Oh. Was it
and just
somebody
kind of
from
shoved the door without it shutting out of the way.
was it somebody
Like how you have the doorknob locked and you think you're going
yeah.
to shut it and it's going to lock,
Yeah.
but it never caught, so it didn't lock.
Was it somebody from the hospital, from the maternity or whatever, that wanted a baby that couldn't have one, or like an arrangement, the L&Ds, like that's such a cute baby, they will sell it to you, you know, that kind of thing, or something like that.
Well,
That's what I'm getting, but I don't know. I can't channel worth the crap.
um, gosh, Eric's saying the baby was taken and sold.
Okay, was it? Is there a connection to the hospital where the baby was born?
Yes.
Mm. Was it somebody from the hospital staff that arranged it?
Oh, he's making my eye twitch like crazy. Um, it was somebody who from the hospital staff who knew somebody who did that kind of thing.
Oh God.
And I'm trying to decipher if this person told them intentionally, or if it was just kind of in passing, the cutest babies in our nursery, you know, or something to that effect. So I'm going to try to see from Eric. No, it was deliberate.
So somebody from the maternity ward or the labor and delivery?
Um, I'm seeing the nursery.
Oh my God.
I don't think it's a real professional person. I don't know if it's maybe housekeeping or maybe a
Oh,
nursing assistant, you know, not one of the doctors or the nurses.
okay. God.
Um,
Is she still alive and doing well?
baby, let me see. Is the baby alive? I'm getting the baby's alive.
Should we get this to the authorities, this information?
He's given me a waffle on that. I think it's probably already been looked into, and they didn't so much believe it. You know, it's kind of everything's up in the air. They don't know what to believe.
Oh, I
Um,
mean, I can get Eric with the dowsing rods when I get good enough to spell
get
out
more
the name.
specifics, yeah. If you get more specifics later, and if he thinks it's a good idea,
Okay, I'll ask.
um, I
When I
had
feel like getting rid of all hair products and makeup, but I guess a baby's more important than that.
we
Oh,
had a friend, medium friend, and I sometimes um, children that are crossed over will come to us for help, and
oh.
um,
Mm.
we had a young girl who was killed by her grandfather,
Oh.
and
On
um,
purpose?
yeah, well, he threw her down the stairs and injured her, and he had been abusing her, and so then he smothered her. So we had to cross her over. Then the grandfather, a little bit later, she was afraid of the grandfather. They were still here. But we got details as far as potentially where this child is buried and stuff. And we have a police contact, but we have to get some more information. So I think that's what Eric's talking about. You really need more
Yeah.
information for
Yeah.
them to take you seriously. So
Okay.
maybe that's something someone could really dive into.
I gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go on to the next one. Okay, let's see. Chiron Horman. Kyron and then Horman. He was born September 9th, 2002. He was only 7 when he disappeared without a trace. On June 4th, 2010, Skyline Elementary in Oregon, he opened early. The elementary school opened early to give students and parents enough time to tour the science fair happening that day, an event Chiron was to take part in. Shortly after 8, he arrived at school with his stepmom, Terry Moulton Horman. 30 minutes later, she left after watching her stepson walk to his classroom. Yeah, sounds reasonable. 9 in the morning was the very last time Chiron was spotted by a student near the south entrance of Skyline School. Classes began at 10, and Chiron's homeschool teacher had to report him absent as he was nowhere to be seen. 8 years later, Chiron remains missing. Suspicions were on his stepmother, who has since maintained she had nothing to do with the disappearance of the 7-year-old boy. Chiron's case is one of the most popular missing children's cases, and to this day, Chiron's parents, Desiree Young and Kane Horman, I guess Desiree is the biological mother, are still waiting for the son to come back, despite the lack of leads on where the kid could have been.
Okay. All right. So the first thing I'm seeing is him being like led down a hall, not being led, but like he's walking down a hall to meet somebody, like at a side door. And
On purpose? Purposely arranged?
yeah, it's like he thinks a friend is going to meet him there or give him some gift or something. He's like expecting something from meeting some person at the store. I'm feeling like it has to do with that science fair. Like somebody told him, okay, we're going to bring you this really cool thing for you to show off or showcase there, and I'll bring it to the door.
Was it a kid or an adult that said this?
An older teen.
Hmm.
Um, and they snatched him from there. I'm asking if the stepmom in any way had anything to do with this, if
Oh, good
she
question.
arranged. I just have to sit with this a minute because
Yes, yes, take your time.
something like that, to imagine that a mom would have something to do with it, whether stepmom or not, is like unbelievable. So I just have to let the energy come through.
Yeah.
Stepmom had nothing to do with it, is devastated.
Well, what was the teenager's role in the science fair? I mean, he wasn't an elementary school kid.
Um,
What was he doing there?
it wasn't really, it was a trip, it was a setup. He didn't really have a role.
Well, what was he doing in elementary school?
He came to trick this kid to get him, and that's what I'm trying to get.
Oh,
Why?
how
Why?
did he get in? Wasn't there security? I mean, was he posing as a?
That's why he was at this side door, because he couldn't come in the front door.
Yeah, but how did he say? How was he in there? Say, meet me at the side door.
Prearranged.
Huh?
Prearranged.
Okay. Who told him inside the science fair, hey, there's somebody going to meet you in the side
No,
door?
no, prearranged like a day or two before.
Oh,
I'll
oh,
meet you there at such and such a time, and I'll,
oh,
fancy what, I don't know
oh,
what,
oh. Okay.
something that he would like in his science fair.
Oh,
Um,
where did this meeting take place? In the park? I mean, and
yeah, like a park, just seeing him around. It feels like, so
oh, I
was
get
this
that.
someone he knew? Um,
Mm, mm.
I'm getting a waffling. So knew him, but not like best buddies. So was it someone he trusted? Someone he looked up to? He was
Mm.
older. I keep wanting to think like gang kind of thing. And I'm
A
gonna
neighbor?
a gang.
Okay. Was it a
Um,
neighbor, a relative, a friend of a relative, a friend
that's
of
what
a
I was trying
neighbor?
to get. So was it any kind of there's like some kind of gang activity? Was it like, I'm asking, was it like some kind of initiation? I'm getting yes and on initiation, but I'm also wondering, could it have been some kind of retaliation on the parents for something
Oh,
years ago or something? That's what I'm wondering. That's what I'm asking Eric. I'm getting no.
hmm.
So it was nothing they set up to retaliate or anything like that. So they took this boy. I feel like he's still alive.
Oh, well, that's good.
Is he still alive? I'm getting a yes.
Well, what was the motive? I don't understand.
Well, they can sell children and stuff.
Oh,
We force them into, some very really.
was he sold in the pedophile ring?
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh God.
Yeah.
What was the race of the abductors? Was it Eastern European? I mean, what was American? Not the race. Well, the country of origin.
It's,
Well, I
it's
mean,
either
we have
Hispanic or Asian from what I'm kind of seeing, but let me ask him specifically. Um, like Hispanic, but more like Southern American, like Honduras or something like that. That would have been the nationality.
Where is Chiron now?
I'm going to ask, is he in the United States?
Oh God.
I'm getting in the United States.
Will he ever be found?
Erik says, Mom, they're working just as hard as they can to
Oh
locate as
God.
many of those kids as they can. There's more in that kind of involved in that kind of thing than we ever want to imagine.
Oh. All right. So, well, I hope they find him. So I'm going to mute the TV. I don't know why it's on, but can you try to determine what state or part of the country he's in? And I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm like Oregon,
Oh,
somewhere
yeah.
up Pacific Northwest.
Okay.
Oregon is the strongest, maybe moved around from time to time though.
Okay. Hope they found him. All right, Erik, lead the detectives in the right direction. All right, Sabrina Eisenberg, Aisenberg, probably one of the youngest subjects of missing children cases. Wow, was her only 4 months old when she was taken from her crib in November 1997. She was put down to sleep one night by her mother. She didn't know the minute she watched her doze off, it would be the last time she would ever lay her eyes on her daughter. Sabrina's mother, Marlene, told the police her baby was still there at midnight, but when she took a look at her again, 7 a.m., Sabrina was no longer in her crib. There were no witnesses, no sound was heard, no sign of forced entry were found. Alien abduction! No, I'm just kidding. It's been 2 decades. Sabrina would have turned, oh my God, 21 this year. But despite efforts to find the missing kid until now, nobody knows exactly where she is or where she has been or if she's still alive. The pain the parents of the kid in these missing cases have to live with is indescribable. They wake up every morning to the fact that one of the members of their family could have been there with them but isn't. Oh, during holidays and stuff, can you imagine? But even after decades have passed, they remain hopeful that one day their family will be complete again. So what's going on with Sabrina? What happened to her?
Okay, so first I want to ask, is she on this side of the veil or Erik's side? Is she alive or deceased? So is she alive, Erik? Unfortunately, I'm not picking up that she's alive. I think she's deceased.
Oh,
That's what I'm getting.
what happened?
Well, this baby was taken because somebody wanted a baby for their own, to raise for their own. So it wasn't a baby that was like taken and sold to someone, unless it was taken and sold to the person that was going to be their parent, her parents. But I'm not getting that she is still alive. So let me ask again. She's not still alive.
Okay, was it a, you know, it could be, you know, a ring where they just capture cute babies, get cute babies, and then it wasn't particularly for one specific mom, but it's like, hey, anybody want a baby? We got a baby, that kind of thing. Was it that?
It's
Or was
that, and I'm trying to pick up what I'm picking up on this girl. I'm going to ask again. Died of some kind of illness or accident or something. It
okay,
wasn't that somebody killed her. She lived
okay.
a life with whoever she was with. I don't know if they told her she was adopted. I'm not getting that. But thinking she was supposed to be with them, but has since died.
How old was she when she
So
died?
I heard 17.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. What year did she disappear?
Uh, I don't know. She should be. It's been 2 decades ago.
Okay. Okay. So it would have been 17. Yeah.
Yeah, she should be
Yeah.
21 now.
So she's probably, been gone 3 or 4 years, something
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that. Yeah.
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 Was it
Um,
like congenital heart disease or some like an infection like meningitis or something like that?
something along those lines. Yeah. An infection, something
Oh.
along those
Did
lines
she
where
have
she
a
got
good
sick. It wasn't a
life?
congenital thing. Hmm?
Did she enjoy a good life in those 17 years?
Yes, but felt a void. Um,
Yeah.
you would kind of know something's not right,
Hmm.
but you don't know what it is. You can't put your finger on it.
Okay, Sherry Lynn Marler. On June 6, 1984, Marler was 12 years old when she went into town with her stepdad, who had some business to attend to. Marler was thirsty and asked for some money to get a soda from the vending machine. She was supposed to meet him back at the truck. She was never officially seen again. According to the Charlie Project, I don't know what that is, Marler was seen 3 times over the years, but none of these sightings were verified. So what happened to Sherry Lynn Marler?
And how did it say how old she was?
She was 12 in 1984, June 6, 1984.
She was taken. I see someone, this is how Eric showing me, someone coming up to her, very quickly putting their hands around her mouth so she can't scream, and like grabbing her with the other hand and dragging her away. Um, okay, so I'm going to ask, is she, she was used in a prostitution ring.
Mm.
Um,
12 years old?
they're sick. They're
Oh.
really sick.
Woohoo! Are we having fun yet?
Mm.
God.
Um,
So much evil in the world. It's just
I know. So I'm trying to get, is she alive, Eric? She's alive.
is she still in the prostitution ring? Or did
I'm
she
getting a waffling on that. So um, maybe that means uh, out of it, but falls back into it at times. And I'm wondering if they're,
is she addicted? Oh, maybe she's addicted to
yeah,
drugs.
correct. Got addicted. They
Yeah,
always
and then
get
she
addicted.
picks up a John or two to get.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, and that's part of the way they control them. So what I'm currently picking up is that she's like got addiction issues.
oh no.
Very low
Is she
self-esteem. self-esteem issues because she's, you know, forced into this since she was 12.
Oh, does she have children?
I don't feel any.
Okay.
Um,
Does she have her same name?
she has they gave her a like a street name, Erik is saying.
Oh. Does she know her real name?
She's vaguely familiar with it.
Well, why does she get help?
Okay, so Eric's talking about this thing that happens called trauma bonding.
Oh, like Stockholm syndrome, kind of?
Yeah, yeah, that she's gone through something like that. And so because she's been with this group of people for so long, they're like her family, but they're not all nefarious. A lot of them are also addicted people,
Yeah.
you know, that have been abused, and they're all kind of feeding off each other.
Ugh. What if I do all the portal work on her? Would that save her? It would take a lot out of me, I'm telling you, with that kind of stuff.
Well, what I'm asking Erik is because there would be so many problems there from probably past life and this life. I'm sure I'm thinking it would help, but I'm wondering if this is like the kind of situation where you need a healing first. Definitely a healing first in that kind of situation, but yes, could benefit from it.
Yeah, but she's not going to be able to. I can't contact her to get a healing for. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I know. Well, the thing is, though, well, what Erik is explaining, even with portal work, like you know, we always hear about people like with addictions and things.
Right.
Till you want the help, there's nothing you could do.
I know.
So it would be no different than forcing someone, dragging them to treatment for 30 days or whatever, and expecting them to come out surprised or fixed when they didn't want to be there in the first place. It's got to be, Erik's saying they have to be agreeable to it and open the door. And
Well,
actually, that could harm you if you tried because that energy's got to go somewheres.
yeah. Well, if I get in a scalar field, though, if I get a picture of her, it'll take the information from her biofield, and we can heal her remotely. So I'll ask him.
Ask them. Yeah.
Oh God. Okay, Morgan Nick. Boy, this party just died. Oh God. Let me see. All right, Morgan Nick. How are we doing on time? Okay, good.
We're good. I'm good. You're
Morgan
the
Nick.
one with the schedule today, not me.
No, I was more good. Nick was last seen. Morgan Nick was last seen June 9th, 1995, at a ballpark at park at Alma, Arkansas. Morgan, oh, it's a girl. She had been there with her mother, but had left her side with two friends to go catch lightning bugs. Oh. According to the timeline compiled by CBS affiliate 5 News, she was last seen emptying sand from her shoes around 10 p.m. Oh. Around the same time, a red truck pulling a white camper van was seen driving away from the park, which was deemed suspicious. Just a few days later, two more young girls were almost abducted by a man, matching the description of the driver in Alma. Of the driver? Oh, okay. All right. So
That's it. That's the guy.
okay. So what happened? Why couldn't they find? I mean, how many red trucks pulling a white camper are there? Jesus, come on! Didn't anybody get the freaking license plate? This is shoddy detective work, if you ask me. You know?
Yeah, they took her.
Alma, Arkansas? That can't be a huge town. Give me a break.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, you know,
not bad here.
Erik is saying it's not that hard to if you're involved in a crime, like to get somebody to make it, I don't know, get you a new license plate, you know, paint your car, do something to make it into, you know, so it's not recognizable.
Yeah.
But that guy is sick, and he took that girl, and he was going to try to take the other girls. Let me see what he did. How old was the one that they took again?
Well,
Oh, that's okay. It doesn't matter.
it doesn't say.
Okay.
He seemed young, catching, you know.
But yeah, so real little. I don't feel like she's still alive now, but what I got was, you know, that guy who held the three women, they were teens when they disappeared, and he held them in his house for all those years.
Yeah.
One had a child with him, like
Yes.
a situation like that where they were
Something
held against
smart.
their
Amy Smart or whatever.
will. And hmm?
Oh, like something smart. Amy Smart or something. I can't remember, but yeah. Is that
Yes, yes.
was that the case with him? Kept him for
That
a long time.
kept her for a long time, but she's dead now.
How did she die?
Strangulation.
How many years was she there before that happened?
What was the time frame on this? When did she disappear? That'll give me a
Oh, I'm
better.
sorry. June 9th, 1995.
Okay. Feels like around 2004, 2003, somewhere's in there. She was alive until then.
Okay. Will this guy ever be caught? Or is he in prison now? I mean, you know, has he already been caught?
This guy's already dead. This
Okay.
guy's on the other side. He died. Um,
Okay.
like a car, you know, an accident of some
Oh,
sort.
okay. Okay, good. Did he abduct any more kids since her?
I've got the number 8, but I'm asking, did he keep them all like that? Most of them were killed right away.
God. Were they raped and killed?
Yes.
And
So,
oh, she was raped, sure. And about the same age, young kids.
yes, some a little older, some more like early teen years. Um, so Eric's making me feel like she would have had short periods of of time where there would have been another person in the house with her, another
Oh,
person.
good. I was going to ask that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and then, but those people didn't live as long as she did. It almost feels to me like he was kind of fond of this girl, like
Okay.
in addition to the sickness of it
Oh,
all,
yeah. Right. Okay.
like he was kind of fond of her, liked her personality, that kind of.
Oh, I see. All right. I'm not going to ask anymore. We could do a part 3, but let me back up. And Chiron Horman, you know, the one that somebody lured him to the side door, the teenager. Will that person in that, you know, pedophile ring, will they ever get caught?
Okay, let me ask on those people. You're already in jail for an unrelated activity,
Oh, okay.
unrelated incident,
I see.
gang type, yeah,
Okay.
some crime. So will they ever be caught for that? I'm getting a real light, a waffling, like maybe, but it's
Doubtful.
not for sure.
Okay. The Sherry Lynn Marler, you know, the one who entered prostitution. Now, will the people that abducted her ever be the person? Will he ever be caught? Or maybe he's in prison now?
There's not a whole lot of energy behind him getting caught. Eric's making me feel like he's um, like an evil genius,
Oh,
mastermind, kind of real icky kind of person.
okay.
Um,
What about the one who snatched 4-month-old Sabrina Eisenberg?
Feels like the person that did it was like an undocumented person in the country, so that's harder to catch.
Okay, so probably not.
Probably not, but Eric's making a point. These people may not be caught, but they will never they will never escape the karmic balance. There will have to be karmic retribution. They
Okay.
created such a void, such a hole in the world. It will have to be in one way or another repaid.
Okay. What about Lisa, baby Lisa, Lisa Irwin? Will that person in the maternity ward that could be like, housekeeping, whatever, will she ever be caught and punished for her crime?
I'm getting a big yes on that, although I don't know if it's for that, but it's for something else where she does go to prison
Maybe for another one of these things.
or something, because she's involved in, if somebody would do that, they'd do all kinds of illegal.
Well, that's true.
I'm wondering, I'm going to ask because I don't remember how long ago this was. I mean, we talked about a few different ones, but is this person still employed by that hospital? No.
Yeah. All right. So in any,
Gone for an unrelated reason, not that they suspected that she.
oh, okay. For any of these, was there a spiritual contract involved with baby Lisa, Chiron Horman, Sabrina Eisenberg, Sabrina, uh, Sherry Lynn Marler, or Morgan Nick?
Eric saying yes, as hard as that is to believe.
I mean, what are they? What is this?
Okay, well, okay, so um, basically, here's what Eric's saying. This stealing of children, and also look back into ancient biblical times where they were sacrificing children, that kind of thing. That kind of evil has gone on since the beginning of time. It's
Mm-hmm.
been going on for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And what he's saying is we're seeing, for one thing, for a long time, it's been swept. He's showing me swept under the rug because these are things that are so horrible that the average person like you or I cannot even imagine such a thing could possibly go
Mm-hmm.
on. So a lot of people are in denial, won't discuss it. No, that's crazy talk. That doesn't happen. And so it's swept under the rug and people don't see the details. So what Eric is saying is that a lot of souls volunteered in this lifetime to really have these experiences, bring them front and present so that we can finally end this.
Oh,
He's saying just like every other tragedy we've had,
mm-hmm.
recently I've been having some conversations with Eric about the Holocaust and things just because of a past life I learned of. And, he's telling me that as horrible as it was, all of those people there being persecuted and killed all volunteered for that because they were there as a collective to say, hey, something is wrong. And sometimes there has to be something so drastic so that people will believe it and step forward and start taking change,
Yeah.
making change.
Yeah.
Eric's saying sometimes people just got to get pissed off before they'll go enough.
Mm.
And he's saying that is why all these children have signed up for it. That's why it's so prevalent in this lifetime.
Terrible.
He's saying it's always gone on, maybe not to the same degree, but we are seeing it so much more with social media.
Yeah. Well, those are brave souls. And you are a brave soul too. Kim, thank you for this. Kim Voigt. Y'all check her out at embody-light.com. And Erik, I love you. Thank you so much. Kim Voigt, tell us about some of the things you do. Of course, past life, hypnotic regression. Of course, there's future lives. There's in between lives. There's past lives. It's all happening now, people. And of course, you do sound therapy. Tell about some of the other things.
Akashic Records, sound therapy. I'll show you. Let's see. You can see some of my bowls there. I've got singing bowls. My latest toys. I don't know, Alicia, we must have been getting triggered by Erik at the same time. I've got about 20 tuning forks I play with every day now. So I use them with clients. I use them with me, and
yes,
yeah, every session's different. You know, people don't really even necessarily need to know what they're scheduling, because we'll be able to tell in the first few minutes. Erik or the guides will tell us, but it's all based on helping you move through these ascension symptoms. And in our Akashic Records, we have lifetime, you know, because it's on the planet, it's in the grid. We have lifetimes that were not so good, and we had lifetimes that were wonderful. So we're trying to clear up those ones and the feelings and the memories from the ones that were not so good to bring forward the ones that were wonderful. We're activating DNA back to its original codings. That's what I'm doing. That's what you're doing with your stuff too.
Yeah, also, you have taken me to higher realms too. That's kind of cool. And you also helped me to cut the spiritual DNA that was not so good too, which was
right. You can go in and talk to people, you know, their higher selves. Another fun thing is, you know, if you have a deceased loved one and you really miss them, you can be hypnotized, go like Elisa did, go to the other side and you see them and visit with them. Because we all know, or we hope we know, that they're on the other side. We want to believe it. But when you actually see it or hear them, you know it's true, and it's so reassuring. That's my very favorite thing to do.
Absolutely. And go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say another fun thing. The spirits like to show my clients how they can interact with them. One lady, I was telling her, I think it was her father or grandfather that passed. I said, your baby sees them all the time, and the baby's 12 months old in the background going, yes, I do.
Oh, how cute.
Grandma was coming to give her a hug. The mom, she had this white blotch on her chest, you know, normal colored skin, but this white blotch, like, you know, if you grab your skin and it turns white, all the color leaves.
Oh yeah, right.
A perfectly shaped heart. Well, the grandma was talking to her.
Oh,
so
wow.
They do all kinds of fun things. So I like it when the spirits interact with my clients and show them they're around, and that's my favorite.
Oh, wow. My favorite is the other day I felt static electricity all over my arms, and that was Erik giving me a hug. And I've been working in a scalar energy field, and so now I'm starting to see stuff like white bubbles in the side vision. Erik said that was spirit. And also I saw my little dog Peanut running behind me when I was brushing my teeth. It's so cool. And in between the dowsing rods, I see his wispy white spirit. So I guess it's because I've been in the scalar field a lot more, and it's kind of neat. But anyway, one more thing. Erik has chosen Kim as, you know, when I do the portal work, like, you know, portals open in one's energy body, usually because of trauma or a series of trauma. After we close all the open portals and seal them forever, and open the closed portals are supposed to be open and keep them open forever, then sometimes you don't need any healing afterwards, okay? And Erik usually determines that, but sometimes you do. And then I go through index cards. They're upside down, and this. But if you need healing by a healer, he always wants Kim to be the one that does that, and Kim and Erik get together to determine what modality. So that's pretty cool. All right, Embody-Light right here. So you guys get in touch with her if you want any of those services. And I love you both. Erik, mwah.
Yeah, I love you, Mom, he says, and I love you too.
Get rid of my makeup and my hair products later on tonight. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.